Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/Tales of Neckbeard because everybody loves those good old-fashioned story times that you can smell through the internet. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing and show your support, be sure to absolutely decimate that like button, comment down below, start up one of those good old wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Our first story comes to us from username Princess Jojo of Weeps. I could have sworn I've done a video with that username before. The Tale of Turtlebeard. Hey guys, since my first Neckbeard story did pretty well, I decided to post another Neckbeard encounter I had. This one, I promise, is way more Neckbeardy though, a bit shorter than the last one. For this one, there are more characters involved, so I will list out a cast. Obviously, I will change the names for privacy reasons. This happened to me when I worked at a gas station. The cast is as follows. Me, a 19-year-old Hispanic short weeb girl who constantly and unintentionally grabbed the attention of any creep that walked into the store. Weasel, the most obnoxious, know-it-all, kinda sucks shift advisor of my second shift. This guy loves to escalate situations if a man dares threaten his masculinity and is absolutely terrible at confronting creeps, letting them walk all over them. Always talking about politics like he's on CNN. Dan, a super cool metalhead co-manager. He's in a band, has tattoos, and is overall a funny guy. Sandy, my sweet and amazing Marine General Manager, always has my back and hates creeps. A bit of a background. I started working at this gas station as soon as I left the military after being there only a few months due to a medical discharge. I wasn't injured, it was just a pre-existing condition. The gas station I worked at was downtown and crawling with crackheads, homeless people, and overall a lot of bad characters. My town is a quiet, peaceful retirement town for lots of older people. It was just that one area of the town that was pretty bad. I live in Florida, and where I worked was like the local hangout for any Florida man. I'm used to weirdos shotting in all kinds of places and creeps trying to get my number, but this one freaking Neckbeard stuck with me. So my gas station is one of those big ones that have a kitchen and a froyo station with all kinds of up-to-date tech. Some days I worked in that kitchen and the main thing we sold were pizzas. Like, we had a whole pizza bar that looked like a pizza buffet, and some days I worked there for the entirety of my shift. And one of those days I met Turtlebeard. So the way the kitchen was set up was that the pizza bar would be in front of me a couple of feet away from the main entrance, and the pizza station and ovens would be behind me. So if I were to make a pizza, my back would be facing the main entrance, so at times I wouldn't see who was coming into the store, and usually I would have my back turned for a good 5 minutes while preparing a pizza until it goes in the oven. These were frozen pizzas, nothing fancy, so like any day I was making a pizza and then I heard someone call me. I turn my back and see Turtlebeard staring at me with a weird smile. From the moment I saw Turtlebeard, I knew what I was getting myself into. He was a bigger guy around his late 20s with glasses, short curly blonde hair, and you guessed it correctly, a flippin' neckbeard in its true glory. However, this guy looked like he took care of himself and emitted no body odor. It was that, or I was just so used to the body odor of the weirdos that came in every day. He typically wore some comic book graphic tee, jeans, and a jacket, and at the same time he carried a whole 2-liter Mountain Dew to add further insult to his neckbeardiness. Now, the main reason I call him Turtlebeard is because I mostly remember him wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt, and also the fact that he came in to buy a whole pizza. Yeah, you could order a whole pizza at my gas station, and that's exactly what Turtlebeard came to do our first encounter. Being a good and nice employee, I put on my customer service facade and asked how I could help him, and he told me he wanted me to make him a pizza, which I of course agreed to. Nothing weird. Though I couldn't help but notice his creepy smile the whole darn time, and as I made him his pizza, he stood there and I could feel him staring all over me. It was so weird. Anyways, as I waited for the pizza to bake, he started asking me all the questions, my name, age, where I was from, all that jazz. He even told me how he liked a good woman to make him a pizza. Ew. He was also standing right in front of the entryway to the kitchen and not in front of the pizza bar like everyone else usually does. I started feeling pretty uncomfortable and tried to communicate to Weasel, who was at the register, my discomfort. Him being the stupid dum-dum he is, didn't notice a thing. He was too busy striking up a political conversation with a customer as always, which is very inappropriate in a work setting. I gave Turtlebeard his pizza, he paid, and as he left, this creep said, "See you later, baby." Oh, that was it. As soon as I got the chance, I told Weasel about the guy, and Weasel, being the prick he is, told me maybe he just wanted to strike a conversation and that he didn't really say say anything too weird. But he will tell him that he made me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, knowing him, he will just give Turtlebeard a slap on the wrist, being the huge barch he is. Seriously, he tries to talk to these creeps like he's freaking Ben Shapiro, and everyone knows he is a literal joke, so they ignore him. So the next day, I told Dan about what happened with Turtlebeard and Weasel's response. Dan wasn't surprised at all, especially with Weasel, so he told me he would handle it since he recognized Turtlebeard since he comes in some mornings. When Turtlebeard came by another day while I was at the register, I pointed him out to Dan, and he actually gave him a good talk about how he was making me uncomfortable. Turtlebeard said he wasn't and that he just wanted to talk to me. Yeah, okay bud. For the most part, after that, he quit saying weird things to me, but still looked at me weird, and if he could get away with it, said a snarky remark calling me cutie or baby as he left. One morning, while working with Sandy, I told her about Turtlebeard. Sandy immediately knew who I was talking about. She told me he came to her constantly asking for a job so he can, in his words, work with all the ladies. Sandy said he sure was a weird character, and after hearing about my encounter with him, she of course is not going to hire him. But she did say he has some mental disability that makes him act a certain way. In a way, I can sympathize with that, but I too have an uncle who has autism and is a fully grown adult who loves gaming, and he behaves accordingly. Having any kind of mental disability or disorder doesn't give you an excuse to act like a creep or a piece of garbage. I left the gas station after almost a year working there and have never seen Turtlebeard since. I have more stories about my job at the gas station, but those are for other subreddits. Hope you enjoyed this one though. Our next story comes to us from username Third Wheel Beardhouse. I live with a feminist and a neckbeard. Hello Reddit, recently stumbled on this sub. After spending an embarrassing amount of time laughing and cringing, I could not tell you all about the goldmine that has been my living situation for the past 6 months. Warning, on phone can't format. Made this account because my beard roommate knows my main and it has personal stuff tied to it. I'm a 23-year-old dude trying to figure out what the frick to do with my life, who got lucky enough to score this awesome place. Great location, great rent price, great building. Apparently, what happened was a pipe burst, and the tenants had to emergency move while it was being fixed. Apparently, 2/3 of the previous ones found other places, and one, the feminist, had paid rent way in advance but was backpacking when it was ready, so she let the landlord choose who moved in. I got lucky. Landlord owed Neckbeard's parents a favor. She's 24, he's 27. A small list of incidents so far. My first day moving in and meeting him, Beardo attempts to bond over furry off-brand because of my werewolf apocalypse book. It's not nearly the same thing. Feminist is vegan, Beardo spiked her food, and she got sick for a day. Beardo attempted the silent treatment over Femme bringing male friends over. When that didn't work, he threw a tantrum. Femme was an ironworker apprentice, then a plumber apprentice. Now she's going to go into nursing school. Beardo attempted to educate her on why women shouldn't work. She deliberately blew the fuse in the apartment so that Beardo and me, to be honest, couldn't game and made him apologize. He didn't know about circuit breakers. Beardo's ideals seem to fluctuate between incel/red pill shot to intense chivalrous and milady bullshot. I never know when I'm going to hear about or how Femme is going to be approached that day. Femme made me show Beardo how to do laundry because you're another effing man and he's effing reeks. And do you think that fricker is going to listen to an effing woman? I took an hour and it was awful, and he doesn't use detergent when he does. I tried. He attempts to male bond with me. I'm also rather nerdy, but it usually comes back to why women don't like him, and barges about chivalry, and all I can do is smile and nod. He won't take any advice. He's just too much of a nice guy. Sad because I've seen he could be a cool dude if he'd straighten up. If I bring a girl over, any girl, friend or otherwise, he insults the shot out of me and tries to be smooth with her, and it's just creepy. He's also asked for their numbers, if he can have them when I'm done. For any other details, just no. He attempted to set a moral code in the apartment over Femme drinking, bringing her friends with benefits over, and walking around in short shorts. It's fine for us to drink and walk around in just boxers though. Femme told him where to go. He tried to host an intervention over Femme drinking on the weekends. This included somehow getting her parents' info and calling her dad. Her dad is ex-military and liberal. It ended with her dad coming over and screaming for 2 hours at Beardo. Then Fem came home surprisingly to see her dad, learned what Beardo did, and they both proceeded to scream for at least another 20 minutes, at which point I had to go to work. Fem is bad at doing dishes and cleaning in general. Fortunately, I'm pretty slack and bad at them too, but Beardo took it upon himself to nag Fem after leaving some bowls and a pot over a weekend. Fem barged into his room and snapped a bunch of pictures of the filth and threatened to send them to the landlord and his mother. He apologized, Fem sent them anyway, and his mother was over yelling and making him clean. I stayed at a friend's overnight. To be honest, I'm genuinely unsure if he likes Fem or hates her, or if because she's a female, he feels a need to be something to her. She is definitely not your usual beard bait. She's cute, but she's loud, tall, and has a really intense personality. I'm still confused by it. I think Fem is too. She's the one that half-jokingly said, "It's like I'm the kid caught between two parents staying together for me." Well, that's a quick summary. I'll have more to write, but my thumbs are getting tired. Hope it's entertaining. If you like it, I'll be sure to write more, or more about these moments. And that's gonna have to be it with the video. If you would like to be absolutely amazing and show your support, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.